taking place. Battle is everywhere. It's right in your face. Let's go.
and divine direction. Look, second, I am that I am. Power, miracle, strength.
Look, more second, who do I? Look, more
Second, who do I? Divine
music is playing. Hank. Brother Hank, the music is playing. Welcome. I'm waiting for our guest, and is he backstage? Hank, I resent the link. Brother Hank. Brother Hank, you see anyone? You see Dr. Joshua backstage? Welcome, everyone. Welcome again. I'm waiting for our guest. I try to reach out to him.
Yeah, pardon the upset because I upgraded my phone half an hour ago and I'm having crazy problems. So, family, Brother Abdullah Bey, my apologies. I'm trying to catch up on this technology. Be careful on doing the latest upgrades. I just did an upgrade on my iPhone 12, and boy, things is cuckoo crazy. So,
Yeah,
I'm
you have
backstage,
an
bro.
overlay. You had an overlay with the sounds, and I'm
Yeah.
yeah, because they're on. All right. He's not backstage. I called him, Hank. So I don't know what to do. I did communicate with him earlier today.
Nobody's here. There's nobody back there. We're waiting. Right now, there's nobody
Um,
home.
but now we just probably have to reschedule because I don't see him. I mean,
You're gonna
I
have to
reached
wing
out.
it. You're gonna wing it. Just drop it like it's hot, brother. Drop it like it's hot, and and I'll stand by it. If he show up, I'll put him on front and center.
All right.
Okay.
Welcome everyone. Welcome to Moorish Monday with Abdullah El Talib Mosi Bey on Magnus Crystal Pyramid and the Moroccan Post Media YouTube. Uh, our scheduled guest, as I'm waiting, is Dr. Joshua Malchesdik Bawa, Global Peace Ambassador and Human Rights Activist. The day's title of the day's program lecture presentation is Advocacy Advocacy of Peace, Stability, and the Protection of Human Rights. This is the Moorish Monday Human Rights and International Relations series. As I'm waiting for my guest to come back, get backstage. Uh, Dr. Boa is the United Nations Networking Group Human Rights Coordinator. The founder and president of the United Nations Networking Group is Pearl Kofor. She was on Moorish Monday about 5 weeks ago. I'm trying is let me see if I have a comment here. We have Trinity Davis Floyd. She will be with us next week. Trinity Davis Floyd has just joined us. She will be actually we have a voice with Lil Trend. We have a voice. She will be interviewing King Al Bay. Trinity Davis Floyd will be interviewing King Al Bay on the importance of due process. This is next week. Little Trend, we have a voice. She will be on, she will be the co-host, and she will have the floor as she will be interviewing King Al Bay with her as Little Trend, we have a voice. This will be next week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm waiting for Dr. Bower to come. Uh, Dr. Bower is a certified United Nations Zambia SDG, that's Sustainable Development Goals supporter on climate action, SDG number 13, founder and visionary of the Melchizedek Melchizedek Foundation for Peace and Human Rights, Sierra Leone. His community and human rights advocacy, peace ambassador, humanitarian. Countries of operations: Sierra Leone, the Democratic Republic of Congo, India. Areas of focus: peace building, human rights, education, advocacy, women's rights, transitional justice, child protection, good governance, peace building, and conflict prevention. Let's see, we have a comment here. So we have the show must go on. I'm waiting. Well, this show is marketed for my guests. So let me put some questions in for put some questions in. Type some questions in or some comments on what you want me to discuss tonight as we wait for Dr. Boa to we did communicate earlier today, as early as late as 1:30 through WhatsApp. Some questions. Type some questions in for me. I'm trying to think of a topic. The trendsetter is in the building. The trendsetter is in the building. What does that mean? That's BD Bay, the trendsetter is in the building. So we can talk about the I posted this yesterday, I think 2 days ago, and I got over 2,000 views on this post on my Facebook page, Abdullah Bay. And the question, it was a statement: nationality is not the real world. Nationality, oh no, oh, I put nationality is not the real world. What happened here? Hank is still getting used to his upgrade. Nationality is not the real world. What is your race?
Yeah, brother Abdullah, there's nobody in the
No,
guest room.
yes,
There's no show.
no show. All right, I'll just continue. I'll just
Okay.
you're blocked, Hank. You have something.
Oh, okay. My apology. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this upgrade definitely did a doozy to my phone.
Yes.
So be careful, folks, doing doozies. I mean, doing upgrades, because this upgrades can be a real doozy. Hold on, because it's
Mm-hmm.
rearranging everything.
Yeah, yeah,
Rearranging all my stuff, man.
yeah. You had a sound overlay, man. You had two. You had.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. So the post reads, "What is nationality is not the real world." Then I had examples of nationality: Chinese, Moor, Mexican, Senegalese. What is your race? Black, white, red, brown, or yellow?
Abdullah, you need to clean your lens because you look like your lenses. You look like a ghost.
Is it, you know what, this is how it was for last week, I think. Let me see, right? Is that better?
No, it's the lens. Your lens look like you look misty. You might just need to wipe the lens off.
All right, I'm doing that now.
And family, thanks for holding on because we got the human element and we got all these transitions happening in the celestial realms. So it comes down to upgrades and
Is that
oops.
better?
Yeah, that looks better. All right.
All right, I did clean my lens. All right, so I didn't know what that was. Mm. Still seeing. All right, you said it looks better. Let me turn this light back on. So I got over 2,000 hits. And so this is what that question of nationality, the old statement, nationality is not the real world. That question was thrown at, that statement was said to me several years ago by one of my former coworkers at coworker then. She's a former coworker, and and I was in the teachers' lounge talking to several teachers during our lunch period about nationality, that people are identified by nationalities and not by shades and colors. And then she blurted out, and Alex, I was not just talking to her. She blurted out that nationality is not the real world. So I turned my chair to face her, and I said, nationality is the real world. Germany, German, China, Chinese, Russia, Russian. So why did she say nationality, emphatically said that nationality is not the real world? Because what our people, hear all the time is race. We see race on applications, on all types of applications. This black, white, and what color are you? Black or white? Black, white, or brown? And so though we hear nationalities all the time, China, Chinese, Russia, Russian, Japanese, we hear Nigerian, Mexicans, we hear nationalities all the time, but as it relates to us, it's not something that we relate to ourselves as a people. It's something that is like outside of us. And her mind that nationality is not the real world, meaning that she has to check off race on the census, on job applications. She has to identify the students by race, black, white, Hispanic. So the real world, so she doesn't mean the real world in the true sense. She means this is what we have to deal with, in the United States jurisdiction when guarding a body of people, and filling out job applications and filling out the census. We have to, in order to get funding, we got to, identify ourselves as under race. So that's where she was coming from. Not that nationality. Of course, nationality is the real world. So she didn't mean it in the true sense. In this, that nationality is not the real world. Of course, nationality is the real world. But when it comes to her experience, an experience that she has with her own people, nationality is not the real world. Because you don't check. So that is something that I had to really analyze that, and I really did as I was working on Moorish Monday Part 2. It's not Raheem, man. He's not backstage. Raheem, Dr. Joshua. I reached out to our last contact was about 1:30 doing WhatsApp. And he got the link and everything, so we did communicate today. And he shared the link. He had the StreamYard link. So I mentioned to him to get backstage. So so we just got. I'm just trying to muscle up a lesson right now. So throw some questions at me, Raheem, regarding nationality and race. So nationality. So when we in dealing with, I read also in I have this in Moorish Masonry Part 2. I chronicle this in Moorish Masonry Part 2. I was in a classroom with Moors classified as Hispanics, you know. It was like 7, 8 students. And it was no Moors classified as Black, Negro, colored African Americans in the classroom. So I got to set the setting. This is important. There was no Moors classified as Black, Negroes, colored, or African American in the classroom at the time. There were Latinos or Hispanics. And someone had said that that one of the female students had referred to me as Black. And I asked the student, why did you call me Black? She said, what do you mean, mister? I said, why did you call me Black? I don't get it, mister. What do you mean? I don't get it, mister. And so male student said, you know, because of the color of your skin. I asked the female student, is that true? She said, yes. So I said, so you called me Black because of the color of my skin. All right, so I stood up, and like I said, I chronicled this in Moorish Masonry Part 2, chapter 11. So I said, we have a Cuban, my complexion. What would you call? He said, Cuban. I said, I'm lost. You said that you called me Black because of the color of my skin. I'm giving an example of someone who refers to himself as Cuban, but my complexion. You said that he's Cuban. Based on what you said, you called me Black because of my complexion. Why would you refer to the person as Cuban and not Black? I don't get it, mister. I don't get it. So we have a Colombian, my complexion. What would you call someone who calls himself Colombian, who's my complexion? Colombian. I'm lost again. Once again, you said that you called me Black because of my complexion. Wouldn't the one who called himself Colombian, be Black? Like, based on what you're saying, that I am Black because of my complexion. Wouldn't the one who calls himself Colombian, be Black? I'm talking about the same complexion. So I'm lost here. I'm lost. So how is that person Colombian and I'm Black? Like, why is he not Black? Like, why is he not Black? But you said that I'm Black because of my complexion, but why isn't that person who says he's Colombian not Black? Like, why would you call that person who says he's Colombian Black? I don't get it, mister. I don't get it. We have a Mexican, my complexion. What would you call Mexican? I'm lost again. You said that, once again, I don't get it though, because you say, well, why would you call the person Mexican and not Black? Like, wouldn't the person be Black? No, mister. But why wouldn't the person be Black though? Like, why would you call the person Mexican and not black? You said that I'm black because of my complexion. But wouldn't that person be black too? If it's based on my complexion, you said I'm black because of my complexion, then wouldn't that Cuban, Colombian, Mexican who are my complexion, wouldn't they all be black? No, mister. Now, I'm lost because I don't get it now. I'm having this conversation with the student. I said, I don't get it. But why wouldn't they be black? Like, why am I black? Because of my complexion. But why wouldn't they be black? So, and these are, I don't get it, mister. I don't get it. Forget it. Forget it, mister. Forget it. Forget it, mister. So that was the dialogue in the classroom. So now I learned a lot, and I did. I learned. I learned a lot. So, I said, all right. The ones they grew up with, this is Camden now. This is Camden, New Jersey. Their friends, their classmates, the ones they grew up with, that my complexion, they don't speak with what they call a foreign accent. So I don't speak with like a foreign, in their mind, a foreign accent. I have the same accent as the ones they grew up with that look like me. There was a teacher, a Nigerian teacher, Miss Nawaga, Nigerian teacher, darker than me. They never called her black. So I'm analyzing now. Like I said, I learned a lot now because they called her Nigerian and not black. So I asked another class who all knew Miss Nawaga. I said, Miss Nawaga is darker than I am. Why don't y'all call her black? She's Nigerian. I don't get it. I don't get it though. You said that I'm black because of my complexion. I had students who literally got out of their chair and walked over to me, held my wrist, not roughly, like just took my wrist and held it to my face like this. Look, see, you're black. You're black. So I bring up Miss Nawaga, darker than I am. Wouldn't she be black? No, she's Nigerian. That's interesting. So what is it then? What is it? Like, what's going on psychologically? Like, what is it that? Like, what's the disconnect here? What's going on, like psychologically, that they identify nationality with Miss Nawaga, who's darker than I am, but called me black, and they said it's based on my complexion, but it's not complexion with Miss Nawaga. Like, so what is it? I said, oh, I don't speak with they say, quote unquote, foreign accent. I speak with this, that I speak like they speak. I have the same accent as they. Born in the hood. I'm born and raised as they were born and raised in the hood in Camden. I'm born and raised in the hood in Camden. They're born and raised in the hood in Camden. So we born and raised in the hood in Camden. We have the same accent. Miss Nawaga was born and raised in Nigeria. She doesn't have this accent. She doesn't have a hood accent, a Camden accent, a Queens accent, a Chicago accent, a South Central LA accent. I said, oh, I had to, I'm like, I said, that's it. Because I'm like, what's going on? Like, what is the, that I said, what is the difference? All right. I said accent. So accent is the difference. Accent. So they don't, with me, I'm born and raised in the hood. I'm them. All right. All right. They identify with me because of the accent. Like I'm like them. I'm like them with the same accent. I'm black. I'm like them. I have the same accent. Miss Nawaga is not like them. Though Miss Nawaga looks like us, Miss Nawaga speaks with an accent. She's born and raised in Nigeria. So that Miss Nawaga is not like them. I said, all right. I'm trying to, just trying to analyze it. No, just trying to analyze this. I also chronicled this in Moorish Monday Part 2. As I said, teaching nationality to 5,000 students in Kansas City Public School, Chapter 11 of Moorish Monday Part 2. I recall this was at the beginning of the class, and the student was 2 rows. He was the second row from the front. And the student asked me, and this was the first time I had seen this student. And this student, I think he was new to the school. I think it was like maybe October, November during the school year. So the student asked me, because I had covered different classes. The student asked me, Mister, what is your nationality? Perplexed, bewildered. I was bewildered. I was bewildered because I had out of over 5,000 students. That's out of over 5,000 students. He was the only student that asked me that question, what is your nationality? He first asked me, let me back up. He first said, Mister, what are you? That's a familiar question that over 5,000 students have asked me. Because I wore my tarboose. I always wore my tarboose. Now, not my fez, my tarboose. So thousands of students asked me that question. What are you? So he first asked me, what are you? Perplexed, I paced the front of the room for about a minute. I paced the front of the room for about a minute and didn't say anything. And I walked over to him and asked him, you mind asking my asking you where you're from? He said, oh, my family's from Trinidad and Tobago. He said, I know about nationality, Mr. Bay. I said, out of thousands of students, you are the first one, the only one to ask me the question, what is my nationality? I said that, now I understand. They said, yeah, I know about nationality, Mr. Bay. My family's from Trinidad and Tobago. See? So though he's in the hood, Camden, his family's from Trinidad and Tobago. So he has that knowledge base from that association. So because he hears that, that Trinidad, he hears nationality. Like that's within his family though. That's not where that's all right. We all hear nationalities. Everyone hears nationality. We hear Chinese, the Russians, and Chinese restaurants all over Camden. So they're saying Chinese restaurants all the day. Chinese food, Chinese restaurants. They're saying that. So they hear nationality. Everybody hears nationalities. But his experiences is different. That's in his family. So I'm analyzing now. So going back to the statement that I highlight in Moorish Monday Part 2, Chapter 11, teaching nationality to 5,000 students in the Kansas City Public School. Nationality is not the real world. So you need to see why my then co-worker, blurted out that nationality is not the real world. So I'm now looking at questions. All right, let me see. All right, come on. Thank you, Ryan. My man Raheem. All right, let me see. Slow mode. All right, Raheem has, all right. What does nationality appear? Why does nationality appear in immigration law where race dominates census classification? That's from Raheem, Ambassador Raheem Al-Abay. Another question he asked, why does nationality appear? Oh, it's the same question. All right. Then we have another one. How do labels affect legal rights, sovereignty, and political power? Great question. So let me address both of them. All right. And I'll come back to the other questions. So in the United States, Immigration, Citizenship, and Immigration Office. If you get the paperwork, I have it. I've looked at over 10 different applications in the United States Citizenship and Immigration Office. One of the questions, nationality, country of nationality. Now, some would have race on there, but they have in there country of nationality. Now, in the United States Census, the word nationality does not appear in the United States Census. The word nationalities do, but not the word. Under the race question, what is one's race? They have black as a selection, white, Hispanic, and they have what? Nationalities: Chinese, Filipino, Cuban. They have nationalities. They have nationalities in the same. What is one's race? Under this as a selection, they list nationalities in the same question in the as and the same as a selection among black, white, and Negro and African American. It's not what is your race, one question, and another question, what is your nationality? That's not in the United States Census. But in the United States Citizenship and Immigration Office, you have a question, country of nationality. But you do not see the word nationality on job applications, on school registration forms, when they have to do census, when teachers have to take census for how many students they have. It's what race, not nationality, is nowhere. This, once again, this is why my then co-worker blurted out that nationality is not the real world. But you know that it is. So let me read the other, Raheem's other question. How do labels, black, white, red, brown, and yellow, affect legal rights, sovereignty, and political power? Nationality and human rights, when you're talking about sovereignty, let's for example, we have the political phrase, the people. So we have the people of Senegal, or the People Republic of France, the People's Republic of China, the Islamic Republic of Iran, the people of Ireland, the sovereign people of Spain. It does read that in the Spanish Constitution of Spain, the sovereign people of Spain. So Spain and France and China and Iran are national names, or names of identifies the nation states. Black, white, red, brown, and yellow do not. So if a people is through subjugation, through an act of subjugation, is stripped of their nationality and cultural identity. You have one of the Supreme Court justices, I think is it Wilson, one of the Supreme Court justices during the Dred Scott case. African Negro race has no character. So black, white, red, brown, yellow, Negro, African American, colored, people of colored people have no character of nationality or civil political polity, have never been known, recognized, and acknowledged by the family of nations. Black, white, red, brown, yellow, Negro, people of color, African American, colored people have never been known, recognized, or acknowledged by the family of nations. Have never been known or recognized, acknowledged by inhabitants of countries partaking of the character of nationality and civil political polity. So we're talking about a political polity, we're talking about a body political polity would be a nation state, like France. So France is a polity, China, Germany, that's a polity. And that polity has a constitution. So there's never been, so black, white, red, brown, yellow, Negro, African American, people of color, the colored people, and colored. There never existed a polity. There never existed a political structure like China, France, Germany, England, Iran, Iraq that ever existed. That was called Negro or colored or black or white, African American, colored people. They never belonged. There never was a polity, a nation state. There's never been belonged to the family of nations. So this mean that there's never been a polity or nation state called black, white, red, brown, yellow, Negro, colored people, colored, African American. So what is it? So how does it affect? Going to Raheem's question. How does it affect sovereignty, political rights? How does it affect sovereignty and political rights? Well, it's a stripping of a people. It strips, what it does, it removes a people from their people and nation status to that of a fictional racial category. It's an act of subjugation, the stripping a people of their cultural identity, thereby removing their sovereignty, because their sovereign claim is in their nationality. Meaning a people's sovereignty can be removed by not having been stripped. So that doesn't, but what that does, meaning China can lose their sovereignty. The Chinese people can lose their sovereignty without being stripped of their nationality. Chinese. They would have acknowledged that they're Chinese. All right. But with Moors, so not when Moors was stripped of their cultural identity and the knowledge of their nationality and reclassified as Negro, black, African American, people of color. So what does it? It has a long-term effect. It buries our collective historical memory, removes our sovereignty. So not only does it remove our sovereignty, it buries our historical collective memory, and it has long-lasting effects. Because now you have a people who have no knowledge of who they are, their cultural identity, their nationality, their collective historical memory, their philosophy, their rituals, their ceremonies, their celebrations, their headdresses, their garbs, their language, their names. So that's just the total stripping of a people's cultural identity, and look at the long-lasting effect that they have. So that was done to keep us in the international state of subjugation and perpetuity. It has had long-lasting, damaging effects. So let me look at other questions. just getting heated up, y'all. You know, I had to get heated up because my mind was already focused on the interview. But Hank told me to keep it. He said, "Make it happen." So you know me. Drop a dime. I'm ready. All right. So we have in slow mode the Moors of Nigeria. Moorish Nigeria. I don't know Moorish Nigeria. Moors of Nigeria. What's Moorish Nigeria? You got to give me some records of that because that's two different nationalities. There's two different sovereignties. Like what Moorish Nigeria? I mean, I just want to. Let's analyze this, y'all. You just want to. I'm a wordsmith. So we have Moorish Nigeria. That's two different nationalities, two different sovereignties. What is it? That was a union, a declaration of a merger took place that I'm not aware of. A declaration of merger, or it was a unification treaty. Moorish Nigeria, that would have to be a unification treaty or declaration of merger. All right, so we have Nabal Il, Nabal Il. What's taken us so long to accept our nationality and birthrights as way to our freedom, remedies, resources, but accept conscious Moors? That's what's conscious Moors are the problem. You said, what's taking us so long? Conscious Moors, misconceptions. I can answer that. Misconceptions. Misconceptions that's been out there for over 120 years. I mean, that's what's taking us so long. I mean, it's not hard. I mean, it's just let's not overthink this. Let's not overthink this. Misconceptions that's been out there for over 20 years, 120 years. I was trapped in misconceptions for 27 years. Like it's only been 7 years for me in proper concepts. And so I had to really, and I want to, thank Shem Malachi Bey, for really challenging me to grow and help me to grow out of the misconceptions, and for me to re-examine, the misconceptions that I had, been taught and that I had taught to others for 27 years. So, I mean, so I had to take time though. I mean, I'm growing every day. So that's what's taken us so long. Misconceptions, the lack of study of international law that had not been in its Moorish movement, of polity, lack of study of polity and political science, the lack of study of nationality in the sovereignty framework, nationality in the statehood framework, and our lack and our only that conscious Moors only viewing nationality in the social culture and consequentious framework, and not having the knowledge of nationality in the sovereignty and statehood frameworks. That's what's taking so long. Lack of knowledge of international law. Lack of the understanding of the elements, of nationality in the statehood and sovereignty framework, legal bond, rights and duties, state jurisdiction, diplomatic protection. Well, yes, that's your consanguinity. Yes. So when you say, what do you mean when you say, oh, I got my Moorish paperwork? And let's analyze that. I'm nationalized. Are you? What does that mean? Like, I'm nationalized. Let's analyze the statement, I am nationalized. All right, so let's analyze that. In the framework of nationality, in the framework of sovereignty framework, nationality in the statehood framework. All right. Legal bond, rights and duties, state jurisdiction, diplomatic protection. So when you say, well, I am nationalized, so does that mean that your legal bond to our pre-existing Moorish state has been restored? Does that mean that our pre-existing Moorish state has state jurisdiction over you and not the United States? Does that mean that you have rights and duties under our pre-existing Moorish state? Does that mean that our pre-existing Moorish state can extend diplomatic protection to you? That our pre-existing Moorish state can extend diplomatic protection to you while you're in China, France, Iran, Iraq, Russia, Japan, Mexico, Germany, Nigeria. We talk about nationality in the sovereignty framework, nationality in the statehood framework. Sovereignty, nationality, sovereignty and statehood framework recognizes, institutionalize, and formalizes the nationality of the people and self-governance. When the statehood and sovereignty frameworks are dismantled, the recognition, the formalization, and institutionalization of a people's nationality is lost. It's known as loss of sovereignty. So if France were to conquer China, China loses her sovereignty, which means that the Chinese sovereignty framework, the Chinese statehood framework is dismantled, which means that the Chinese people no longer have a legal bond, rights and duties. No longer have a legal bond to China, no longer have rights and duties under Chinese government, because China's lost the sovereignty. China no longer can have state jurisdiction over the Chinese people. France does. And China, France would have state jurisdiction, all right, over the Chinese people in China, because France would have conquered China and subjugated the Chinese people, all right? So under what's called under the law of secession, so now the Chinese people, now that France would have acquired territorial sovereignty over China, but brings about so now we're looking at we're looking at nationality and law of secession with the general principles of territorial change and the effects it has on the inhabitants of the people. So what effects does territorial change have on the nationality of the Chinese people? So this is what we're talking about now. This is international law. We talk law of secession. Law of secession. And the nationality and the law of secession, the general principles of territorial change and the effects it has on the inhabitants of the people. So you're looking at change in sovereignty, loss of sovereignty that falls within that. Loss of secession, change in sovereignty, loss of sovereignty is territorial change, a change in territorial sovereignty under the law of secession. Law of secession, SU Succession. Law of succession. Look it up. Nationality and the law of succession. The general principles of territorial change and the effects it has on the inhabitants of the people. So now this, I am a Moor. Well, that's your consanguinity, yes. I mean, you never were not a Moor. You were always so. Now we're looking at what? Now we're looking at what? The political framework and legal framework of nationality, the sovereignty and statehood framework. And that can only be restored. The international legal process is known as reversion to sovereignty. So the Moorish state, our pre-existing Moorish state, has not been restored. Let me go into. We got to get on the same page. And yes, Mr. Goal, get on the same page is studying. It's the lack of study of international law, of political science, of polity, the lack of study of nationality in the statehood and sovereignty frameworks, and limiting our study of nationality in the consanguinities and socio-culture framework. That's not going to get it done. There's not been any study of nationality in the sovereignty and statehood frameworks. We've only limited our studies of nationality in the consanguinities and socio-culture framework. That's the problem. And there's other problems that there's misconception that we, the people of the United States, is the Moors. That the Moors, 35 Moors at the United States Constitutional Convention. The Moors are the founding fathers of the United States Constitution. The Moors are the drafters of the United States Constitution. That the Moors, gave the United States Constitution to the Europeans, so that they can govern themselves. This whole misconception that I was trapped in for 27 years. You see why it's taken so long? I was trapped in that for 27 years. I taught thousands of people. It means I didn't grow for 27 years. I was trapped in that. I slept, ate, dreamed every day for 27 years. Every day. Are you kidding me? Misconceptions. Tell him, Raheem. Tell him, brother. Please tell him. You know how I can grow, boy. Once I got the proper concepts, man, I'm like, woo! Man, I can see things that I didn't see. Like I can read things, I can go into international law books and not get lost at all. I can study nationality in the state for Frank. But Raheem will tell you, King will tell you, Israel will tell you, Setanil will tell you. Slow mode. Moors means dark skin. Here we go. Let me address this. Raheem, we just had this discussion. Raheem and Israel, we just had this discussion this past weekend. All right, here we go. Now I can say their names. Israel and Raheem, we had this discussion this past weekend. I'm going to say their names because they're public figures. Infadishi out of New York He's a professor, Infadici and Professor Small. Infadici and Professor Small, I can say their names, they're public figures, and not be sued. That claim, Moor means black. Moor is a Greek word, and it means black. So what do you mean? All right, so are you saying Infadici and Professor Small that Moor has no character of nationality or civil political polity? Are you saying Infadici and Professor Small that Moor has never been acknowledged or recognized as belonging to the family nations? Are you saying Infadici and Professor Small that Moor has never been acknowledged or known, recognized by the inhabitants of countries pertaining to a character of nationality and political polity? Are you saying, Professor Small and Infadici, that the word Moor belongs in this category of words? That the word Moor belongs in this category of words: gray, orange, purple, red, blue, yellow, brown, pink, blue, and black and white. Like the word Moor is in that category where it belongs. So you're saying, so Infadici and Professor Small, you're saying that your claim is that the word Moor does not belong in these categories of words: Chinese, Japanese, English, Irish, French, Nigerian, Nicaraguan, Cuban, Russian, Iranian, Iraqi. So Moor, you're saying that Professor Small and Infadici, your claim is that Moor does not belong in that category. You've got nationalities. So you're saying that Moor doesn't belong in that category of words, nationalities. So you have what's called chroma, or what people call colors. You're saying Moor belongs in this category of colors: black, red, purple, green, orange, yellow, etc. Well, I got findings of facts to show. I have finding of facts to show, to prove that Moor has been acknowledged and recognized as belonging to the family nation. That Moor has been acknowledged and known and recognized by the inhabitants of countries pertaining to the character of nationality and civil and political polity. 1491, Treaty of Granada. Look it up, y'all, right now. Look it up now. Google 1491 Treaty of Granada. The 1787 peace treaty between the United States and Morocco. Articles 20 to 25. Articles 20 to 25. The 1856 General Treaty between Morocco and Great Britain. Write them down, y'all. I ain't done. I can roll. I ain't done. We got time. So we have the 1491 Treaty of Granada, the 1856 General Treaty between Great Britain and Morocco, the 1787 Peace and Friendship Treaty between United States and Morocco. You have the 1952 case, between France and the United States in the International Court of Justice. France and the United States, in their most favorable nation claim, use Moorish treaties to make their claim. The primary type of treaties that France and the United States use for their most favorable nation claim is Moorish bilateral treaties with France, Belgium, Denmark, United States, Portugal, Spain, Great Britain, the Netherlands, from 1631 to 1892. The second type of treaty was the treaty, the Act Protect Morocco, 1880, and the Act of Algeciras, 1906. The third type of treaty, the Fez Treaty, 1912. More. Other treaties I have, that's in Moors and Masonry Part 1 and Part 2. And letters. The captivity records. 600 years. 600 years of captivity records. They're Trinitarian and Mercedarian. 600 years. Moors. Because thousands of redemption mentions. They raised millions to ransom Europeans of various nationalities from Moorish captivity. So come on now. So what that? So in the Treaty of Grenada, they're not that. There's no. That's not a. So that's what means black. That's not. I mean, that's not. Moors not being used in the Treaty of Grenada as a nationality. Moors not being used as a nationality in the 1787 treaty between Great Britain and the United States and Morocco. This is used as a so it's used in the sense of complexion, like yellow, purple, red, blue, orange, pink, red, brown. That means it has no civil and political. It wouldn't have a civil political polity. It wouldn't have a character of nationality. It wouldn't be a people that's functioning in a body in a polity structure. That'll be just a word used to describe people that look like me. Yeah. Look, he's a Moor. Look, a Moor. Look, because he's black. He's a Moor because he's black. See, that's the same, Moor is just a Greek word, it's just, it's just saying that somebody's black. That's all. There's more when you say Moor, it's just a Greek word that's saying that somebody's black. Right. It has no character of nationality or civil political polity. It's just saying that somebody's black. That's all. All right. I just gave y'all sources. Look them up. Don't say Abdullah Bey said anything. Don't say Abdullah Bey said. Look it up yourself. I gave y'all sources. Do not say Abdullah Bey said anything. Say, well, Abdullah Bey gave us sources. Say that. That's fine. And I looked it up. All right. Don't tell somebody, well, Abdullah Bey said, no, say you could do this. Abdullah Bey gave us several sources, right? And according to, say this, don't say Abdullah Bey said, only say Abdullah Bey said this. Abdullah Bey gave us several sources. I looked up all the sources he gave us. According to the Treaty of Grenada, according to the 1787 definitive the peace, according to the 1787 peace treaty, peace of friendship treaty between the United States and Morocco, according to the 1856 general treaty between Morocco and Great Britain, according to the 1952 cases, I looked at all these cases, you say that. Support me. Or discredit me, whatever, I don't care. Just look it up. The Trinity. Oh yeah, according to the 600 years of records of the Trinitarian Mercedarians, the night orders. The night orders were established to fight against the Moors. or more is just the word, you know what I mean? It's just a Greek word, just saying that somebody's dark, black, that's all. That's all, more is just a Greek word that's saying somebody black, that's all. It's just saying that somebody's black. It's just a Greek word, I mean, right? Black is the modern English word, and then more is the Greek word, that's all. You're just saying the same thing, y'all. It's the same thing, you know what I mean? It's just using the Greek word, and then the black is the modern English word. It's the same thing. Really? 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 I just gave y'all sources. See, they can get away with that. All right. And Fadishi and Professor Smalls can get that off to their audience. They can get that off to their audience because their audience don't know jack. Their audience does not know jack. So that's why we got to give sources. So they got a captive audience that loves them. Whatever it's, I don't want y'all to, I don't need y'all. Don't please, my brothers, don't admire me. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. I don't want that. I want y'all to look it up. I don't want y'all, don't admire me. Do not do that. Please, I beg y'all, don't do that. Don't admire me. Please don't do that. I don't want y'all to do that. I don't want people to do that. I don't want people to look at me like that. You know what I mean? Abdullah Bay and the great Abdullah Bay and who, don't do that. I've seen that over the years. You want to look it up. All right, here, where are we? We can't write treaties without the alphabet in the order. I don't know how does that play into what we're talking about? But, the alphabet and writing are creations of African Moors. Yeah, I mean, if it is or not, it still doesn't. I mean, we're talking about what's already. We're talking about slow mo. We're talking about. I wouldn't even. There's no need to go there slow mo. Like slow mo. Let's go to this document. Like whether we wrote the alphabet or not, that we're talking about supporting the claim that Moore has character of pertaining to the character of nationality and civil political polity. So slow mo, what you should have done, slow mo, is look up the 1787 Peace and Friendship Treaty between Morocco and the United States, Articles 20 to 25. What you should have done, slow mo, is put one of the articles in there. Slow mo, help me, slow mo, help me. This doesn't help me, brother. Brother, I love you, slow mo. I love you. I appreciate you too, but brother, you're not helping me with this. Bro, you're not helping me with that. Alphabet writing, that doesn't help me. And what I need you, slow mo, to do right now is I need you to put Article 20 or 21 of the 1787 Treaty of Peace and Friendship between the United States and Morocco. This doesn't help me. That would help me. Show the people that Moore has pertaining to the character of nationality and civil polity. But that doesn't help me, slow mo. You have to go to the primary source and show the people who are watching right now that more pertains to the character of nationality and civil political polity. Go to the 1856 treaty between the United States and between Great Britain and Morocco. So you see, so people can see in the articles that more pertains to the character of nationality and civil political polity. That more has been recognized and known and acknowledged by the inhabitants of other countries, but that more has been known and acknowledged by the family of nations. None of that does this. That doesn't support the claim. The invention of writing doesn't support the claim that more pertains to the character of nationality and civil political. You're still doing it slow-mo. You're not helping me. None of this. As long as you can, brother, you can do 100 posts, bro. You can do 100 until you present a primary source, reference an excerpt from a primary source, showing that more pertains to the character of nationality and civil polity. None of this helps me. None of this helps me. I'm giving you the sources. Look it up. The 1491 Treaty of Grenada. For goodness sake, I'm giving the sources. What else do you want me to do? Look the sources up, and please, right now, look the sources up now. And then post, and then take a picture of it, something, and so, or reference, oh yeah, Abdul is right. I want y'all to say, Abdul is right. In the 1491 Treaty of Grenada, Abdul is right. In the 1856 treaty, the general treaty between Great Britain and Morocco, the dude is right. We wrote alphabets, and that doesn't support my claim. Like if you were with me, and I need you to support, you would not be supporting me. I'm just keeping it real. Like none of you, all of your writing doesn't support what I'm saying. I need you to support me by looking up the references that I gave. Obadiah, look up the sources, bro. Come on, man. Obadiah, come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on. The more means this, brother. The etymology of word does not support me. More means this doesn't support me, doesn't support. The claim is that more partaking of the character, have the character of nationality and civil and political polity. You giving me the meaning of more doesn't support that. That doesn't help me. Like, my brothers and sisters, I gave 6 or 7 sources. I gave 6 and 7 sources. Not one person looked up any of the sources that I gave so they can see that more pertains to the character of national and civil political polity. You're giving me the etymology, and more means this, and we wrote this, and the alphabet this, and we the writers of the alphabets and the writing. That doesn't support the claim. Listen to the claim. Obadiah, you're still doing it. Obadiah, go to the 1856 treaty between Great Britain and Morocco and pull one of the articles from there that has more in it. Ooh. You know what? Let me speak Chinese. I'm gonna speak Chinese right now because my speaking English ain't working. So let me speak Chinese. Because my speaking English ain't helping. So I'm speaking English, it's not working. So I gotta speak another language. Yeah, but brother Obadiah, I want for the audience, Obadiah, for the audience, not for Obadiah. Stop going back and forth with slow-mo. Please. Obadiah, please hear me. Please. Just hear me, bro. Stop going back and forth with slow-mo. I need your help, Obadiah. I need you to go to the 1856 treaty between Great Britain and Morocco so you can show that more pertains to the character of nationality and civil political polity. Don't go back and forth with slow-mo. You're not helping me, Obadiah. Ooh, my brothers, come on now. Let's be objective, though. You're going back and forth with slow-mo for why? That doesn't support the claim. Help me with the audience. That doesn't help at all. At all. So stay with the topic. That's off topic. That doesn't support what I'm saying. Thank you. And I have to be like this sometimes. I do. Because we haven't been taught critical thinking like that. We haven't been taught epistemology and understanding, finding of facts and evidentiary standards. We haven't been taught these concepts and principles. How to support our claims. So let me see what else. Where's Amanda? Amanda, where are you? Where's Amanda Siegel? Amanda Siegel, where are you? Where's Amanda Siegel? Where are you, Amanda? Let me call Amanda, because Amanda would have had like 4 or 5 sources up here already. Amanda would already have Amanda would have it up there already. Boom, 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 boom. Yes. I'm just keeping it real. I mean, I know Amanda. I mean, know what she would done. Shucks. I tell you one thing, Amanda wouldn't be going back and forth with no slow-mo. I bet you the other thing, Amanda would not be going back and forth with no slow-mo. Amanda would have been having about 5 different, all the sources I named, about 6 or 7. Amanda would have already gone because she already knows them already. She would already had to look them up and how do you feel about the people called AMPAC saying they have put the Sultan back on the throne for the Empire of Morocco? So let's analyze that. Salim Bey. All right, let's analyze your question. This is once again dealing with critical thinking. You asking me, Salim Bey, how do I feel? You didn't ask me about what I know. You said, how do I feel? So I need you to rephrase your question, Salim Bey. Like why you don't want to be concerned about how I feel though? So because you're asking me, and I know it's out of habit. I get it, but in order for us to grow, we have to analyze. How do I feel about the people called AMPAC saying they have put the Sultan back on the throne for the Empire of Morocco? So what are the elements, Abdullah, of restoring lost sovereignty? Abdullah, have Moorish sovereignty been restored? And if so, Abdullah, give me the finding of facts. Or Abdullah, what is the process to restore our lost Moorish sovereignty? Abdullah, what is the statehood framework? What are the elements of statehood? What are the elements of sovereignty? Have ANPAC met the elements of restoring the lost Moorish sovereignty? Has ANPAC met the elements of statehood and sovereignty framework? So does ANPAC have state responsibility? Does ANPAC have territorial sovereignty? Does ANPAC have an international personality of law? I mean, an international personality of law means that ANPAC can enter into treaties with nation states and set up embassies and consulates in different parts of the world. And also sign on to multilateral treaties. That's called international personality of law. Does ANPAC have state responsibility? State responsibility in international law means that if ANPAC of a state is responsible for injury, they have what's called a state responsibility. You have territorial sovereignty, control over defined territory as well as the inhabitants. It's territorial sovereignty. So is ANPAC a state? Does ANPAC have a sovereign identity or identity of a sovereign? Is that the identity of a sovereign state and thereby recognized by the family of nations? So you would ask me questions regarding the elements of statehood and sovereignty framework, as well as the international legal process of reversion to sovereignty and re-entering the family nations as an old individual state, reverting to the sovereignty that we lost. Has that process occurred? You don't want to ask me any questions about how I feel. That's what that means. Nothing. Like how I feel. Yeah. You want to ask me about what I know, what I can prove. Other questions. Type your questions in, y'all. Obadiah, you still haven't presented. Help me. You know, I'm still looking for you to help me with showing that Moore has a character of nationality, civil, political polity, but you know, it's all right. Ty Salim Bey, what do you know concerning? Oh, all right, there we go. Now we cooking. What do you know concerning the validity of ANPAC claiming that they are operating in statehood as the Empire of Morocco, and that we are Moroccans and not Americans? All right, so let's look at the elements of statehood. The Montevideo Convention acts and duties of states a government, a permanent population, government, independence, and defined territory. And defined territory means control over the territory as well as the inhabitants. So that if someone were to come in, if an entity were to come into the territory, then AMPAC can take them down. I mean, I'm just, so like they would have control over defined territory like other nations that nation states have. And then also have military to be able to protect their defined territory. Been able to, or AMPAC will be able to negotiate with China or France or Burkina Faso, right? They don't need to call the United States for nothing. They don't have to say nothing. They don't say United States nothing. United States ain't nothing. United States don't say United States nothing. Don't say United States nothing. Call Burkina Faso. And deal with trade with Burkina Faso. Or France or Germany or China or the Iran or Iraq. Negotiate with Iraq right now. Iran. Negotiate with Iran. Like let's look at the elements. Like I don't need that. You don't need to read anything. I don't want them to see. Like they don't need to show me anything. We can see it. We can see it. They got embassies in Iran, Iraq, China, Burkina Faso, Nigeria, Mali, Senegal. They have consulates. They negotiated. They negotiating with trade and commerce with other nations, with nation states. They have state responsibility, international personality of law. They sign them to multilateral treaties, enter into treaties with other nation states, international personality law. They have the people have a legal bond to AMPAC. AMPAC can extend diplomatic protection. AMPAC has state jurisdiction, jurisdiction over their what they call their people or citizens. People or members of AMPAC, they have state jurisdiction over them. They can extend diplomatic protection to them. They have a legal bond. The members have a legal bond. This means that obligation to protect. I mean, it's just knowing the elements. Who asked is that slow mo? Ty Salam Bay, and this is others too. I want you right now, Oppenheim, get the international law book by Oppenheim. 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 Lassa Oppenheim. LASSA, Lassa, first name. Oppenheim. OPPENHEIM. Lassa Oppenheim. He was one of the world-renowned scholars in the late 1800s to early 1900s in international law. Jennings and Watts were part of that Oppenheim school, and so they continued his works. So Oppenheim's book, you want to get that, and actually 4 parts. You can go online and get the whole book, all 4 parts, and how it has 4 parts. And then part 1 then has the introduction, chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so forth. Part 2 then has chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Part 4, very comprehensive. International law by Lassa Oppenheim. I highly recommend. You need that, brother. You need that. See, I'm giving you sources, bro. That is a very good book. And then, like I said, Jennings and Watts, Robert Jennings and Arthur Watts. Robert Jennings and Arthur Watts of the Oppenheim School, and then they continued his works, and they actually used that his same outline structure. Very comprehensive. Oh my God, yes. I highly recommend you get that. Google it right now while we're on. Google it, Ty. Raheem has your international law book, Lassa Oppenheim. Thank you, Raheem. See, that's what I'm talking about. Obadiah, you've been studying this treaty for a while. You send me links all the time. You send me copies of it. Come on, bro. Robert Jennings and Arthur Watts of the Thank you. Matlock. All right. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Robert Jennings and Arthur Watts of the Oppenheim School. Yes, thank you. Robert Jennings and Arthur Watts. Yes, thank you for that. Yeah, but this, all right, so, all right, a 1771 Dutch dictionary uses Moor and Moorian as general references for all Africans. That's 80 years before the Anglo-Moroccan Treaty. All right, there's other treaties though, bro. There's 18, you got the treaties in the 1600s. You got the 1580 treaty between Morocco and Great Britain and England. Got treaties in 1631 treaties. 1631, 1640, 1650, 1660, 66 treaties in the 1600s. I gave you the 1491 Treaty of Grenada. Got more about 4 or 5 times in there. Protecting Moorish rights. The last article, there's the extraterritoriality clause. Extraterritoriality clause where Moors would be tried by a Moorish judge. That treaty protects Moors lost the territory, but it did not lose that. So when Abu Muhammad surrendered the territorial sovereignty to Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand, that the Treaty of Grenada in there protects the Moorish personal rights. And also has an extraterritoriality clause where Moors will be judged by a Moorish judge. Moor, Moor, showing Moors use what? Having the character of nationality, civil and political polity. And been known by the family of nations. So slow-mo, 1491. You give me 1771. 1491, slow-mo. Treaty of Grenada. All right, so I'll reach out to the brother. I said we did to Dr. Joshua Malchedik Bawa. We did communicate earlier today. I trust I did some good today. Hank told me to get something done, so do something. So anyway. Oh, Michael Longs Bay. All right. Hey, Mike. All right. We got Matlack. 8040, 8044. All right. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah. You're welcome, my brother Ty. Yes, absolutely. You didn't understand the question. I say you didn't understand. I came in late, around 8 p.m. All right. All right, my brothers. So next week I have next week. Let me read here. Trinity Davis Floyd will be interviewing Brother King L. Bay on the importance of due process. Little Trend we have a voice. So Little Trend, we have a voice will be on Moorish Monday. Little Trend, we have a voice will be on Moorish Monday. So she will be, and I'll be with her, but she will be actually interviewing, so it's this Little Trend, we have a voice on Moorish Monday. She will be interviewing King Al Bay on the importance of due process. So till next week, 7 p.m., Little Trend, we have a voice on Moorish Monday, interviewing King Al Bay on the importance of due process. Peace, everyone. Thank you, Brother Hank. I greatly appreciate y'all. You, Brother Hank, I greatly appreciate y'all for your questions and your comments. Thank you very much. Peace, everyone. And if anyone is interested in getting my books, go to mooresandmasonry.org. Go to mooresandmasonry.org. Peace, everyone.